Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Can you hear me now? That's weird. Oh. There we go. All I have to ask is, it's not really spoilery, but how dark does this game get? Like, should I put that trigger warning, or is it all good? Because I'm just looking at this already, and the fact that one of them mentioned psychological horror, that scares me. It was the purple-haired one, Yuri, that mentioned psychological horror, and I'm just like, fuck. I'll admit, the soundtrack sounds nice and comforting, but at the same time, I'm just looking at them and I'm just like, I don't trust this shit. I don't trust this at all. Let's continue. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came in here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then, that makes it official. Welcome to the library. Sorry for the whole stuttering thing, that's part of the seizures. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember... Oh, hey, whoever else is watching. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Russian Vic, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I really feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Russian Vic, since we're already here, do you... Does that one get psychologically messy? Also, voice crack and a half, shit. Since we're already here, do you want to all come together? That's right. Sayori and I never all come together anymore because she's always stayed up after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart in the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I've seen the memes of Monica and I'm terrified already. There we go. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I feel like I'm gonna get closer to Yuri because she's a little bit more relatable, more timid, shy, interested in horror. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh God. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good that might happen with whoever liked your poem the most. Fancy. Or dark. Existence. Oh God. That's already Doki Doki. Scars. Horror. Clouds. Agonizing. Eternity. Sadness. Fester. Philosophy. Melancholy. Grief. Anger. Death. Unrestrained. And finally, oh God. Let's see how bad this poem is. Hi again, Russian Vic. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Russian Vic. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making your drive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you really have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Russian Vic always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. I really shouldn't be talking about that, should I? No! My room isn't that messy. Whew. And you almost set your house on fire once. That's so... You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Russian Vic can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seemed oblivious to the weird situation she was supposed to put me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Oh, she's a dandere. I need to look up what kind of ere Yore is. What dere are the literature club characters? Oh, Sayori is a dere. Yuri is a dandere / yandere. Natsuki is definitely a tsundere. The Monica is a doro dere or dere. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Sayori, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It makes me feel happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I want to make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked it a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it might keep your attention even though if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Should I keep the little lisp on it? I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. I read that a little too quick. Yori's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Sorry for my hair, it's a little messy. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I wouldn't feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. That soundtrack sounds scary. Oh no. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I met her this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have even noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I saw it by the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Oh. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Russian Vic? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made it out to be the naive one for laying their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Oh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. Not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not really very used to. That is, reading in company with them. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Hey, new subscriber, nice. Alright. I opened the book and started the prologue. I still don't understand what Sayori means about reading in company. I accidentally said Sayori. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So, sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Weird. Okay. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides on her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're all even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Oh, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yeah, in an hour and a half I'm gonna have to let our chickens out and feed them, so there'll be a little intermission without me. Sorry guys. Yuri remains... But Russian Vic, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you even think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry. I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. Are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have had enough time if we had waited too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read it a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. I stand up and make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, not everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can really see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I see it. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri. She seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You ever use your imagery and metaphors? Indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a whole huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. Just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there were writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a new writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. By the way, guys, my PlayStation decided to pull off a derp a while ago, so there went Resident Evil 8, and that's why I'm playing Doki Doki. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though, but biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to people about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiled dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for it itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Russian book. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than a simple story or a picture. Wait a second. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. There, Mom! Love you! Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more soul in putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Russian Vic. Me too. Monica. Wait a second. Hi, Russian Vic. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off than just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Jesus. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Russian Vic. We're all just a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's our barrier that we will all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Russian Vic. I was going, uh-oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? That Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Coyote, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years to practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Not really. I've never really asked though. Wait a second. I need to check something. There we go. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure we'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of people style that suits you. Everything else might be a little bit biased towards their kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for everyone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
That's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. And performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets a little too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up better later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Natsuki.
Well, it's about what I've expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about
it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of writing poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like... I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem.
Let me check Amazon real quick, guys. Something became...
Seeing everyone around here do great things can really be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did, I guess, more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you? Yeah, I guess not.
I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud of them, then I won't take that away from her.
Sayori! This is a good poem, Russian Vic. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course, it's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time.
I guess you're right.
Wait, what did that say? Am I the kind of guy?
No. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, I guess. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Russian Vic. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, aren't you, know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of saying thank you.
I read that wrong. Screw it, if I read anything wrong, screw it. It could. Alright, I'm gonna hold you on that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine,
The way you glow through my mind blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me, kissing my forehead to keep me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You couldn't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I check something real quick, y'all. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. Now it's a little more stressful than I had anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yori and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yori smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
It's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Oh, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Russian Vic did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've been spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, so... Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Russian Vic liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he wasn't impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Russian Vic appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know...
You know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Russian Vic started showing up.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys.
Suddenly both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Russian Vic, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Russian Vic.
Wait. There's a reason we have to have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Russian Vic? Well? How did I get myself dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, it's gonna be... Yuri! Natsuki? You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, you got to know. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure, I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
With that warning, Natsuki snatches her poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that. I looked across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Oh, sigh. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being threatened and treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Russian Vic. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, you would never do anything. I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly. Ocean Big, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about it with everyone.
Awesome. Well, in that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. You learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Mr. Vic, ready to welcome?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at you. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier?
What do you mean?
Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they need to make good friends with you.
Russian Vic, it's nice that I get to spend some time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me feel the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. Bien. Alright. Bring it on.
Start. I didn't notice that word was that. YouTube gods, don't hate me. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entertaining the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Russian Pig! Yo, Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always like the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? All of a sudden, no reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She then turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you were not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So, that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't even notice that she was listening in, her face in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Russian Pig to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved with that like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun time inside of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the retribution. Still, coming from your side, Yuri, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk.
What? Yeah. Ow. What was that? A cookie?
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution.
Retribution. Or retribution. Actually, that one almost worked.
Oh,
I was just gonna give it to you,
but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki, that was so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Suddenly, Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez, bakers can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah. Why do you think I give you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets to her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey, did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yori and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room. Where's Monica, anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Not me.
Yeah, me. I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual.
I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she's
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true.
Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings wide open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late.
I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was City Hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. He would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Russian Vic. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. Those eyes are terrifying and I'm scared. Help. And I'd really love a chance to share some once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks.
So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone is already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yori is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yori. I suddenly noticed that Yori is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no. I was just kind of waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing I can really make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea.
Was that closet door always open?
Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yori stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yori hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yori appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yori was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Russian Vic in club activities?
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Russian Vic.
Yori quickly exits the room, and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yori?
Something about the way she said that. It makes me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Malika to judge people like that.
Russian Vic, how come even when I do something bad, you're being so nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Oh. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend? You're saying?
Yuri lifts her head.
Russian Vic, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway,
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we walk up and fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Russian Vic, you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get to the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. It shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do when it's you anyway.
That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
Always worrying about me, Russian Vic. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Russian Vic, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall better than bending over at my desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because
your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes, I have a terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough.
I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag.
I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position at the same time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer together.
I can't see so well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching.
How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but
When she's being less apprehensive, it's always more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand. It's not holding on to the book. I end up putting in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Jesus. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her is faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. You sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Hillary opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have a harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I just noticed the design of Yuri is very pretty. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop there. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Oh, Russian Vic. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. And you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really intense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. Ow. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest is rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Russian Vic, you can help Yuri put away that tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. Spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we easily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Rush of Vic. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why.
You did a good job explaining.
Excuse me. I really wanted to try giving a bit more energy.
Yuri visibly swallows.
Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Really? I don't believe it.
I only really write for myself. Besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends?
Yuri doesn't respond to that.
I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
Happened night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the skittering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed.
No, I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that.
It's a lot more metaphorical.
I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
I think I could guess what that one's about. Yeah, if I can take it at face value, I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way that it feels to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Russian Vic?
Well, I guess I do. I'm not trusting this background man.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Russian Vic.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice thing. And you're to thank for that.
It's nothing really. Yuri sincerely smiles sincerely at me.
For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear.
I liked your last one better. Really? I can tell you were a little more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It felt flat.
That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out.
I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head never heals for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Making a reader look so hard for it all. This deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you've figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I learned about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I've heard her singing my favorite song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound. To the point of the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that it was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Java! Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can imagine complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you like people like that? Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid if people find out. They'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar yet today. Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She made her poem about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she sent something similar to you. That people shouldn't make other people feel insecure about themselves. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday, but the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'd appreciate the message in your poem. It's not what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow's too. So look forward to it. Sayori? Oh, I like this one, Russian Vic. I like this one, Russian Vic. It has some nice feeling in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not really very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. And again, I guess conveying feelings is a very important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Jesus, stop it. Sorry. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna read this myself because, God, my throat. I need to go get some water, y'all. I'll be right back.
I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks for Vic. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Bottles upon my scalp like that. It's a secret place where I get sorry about myself. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being so cheerful. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking too hard on that. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic.
Hi again, Richard Vic.
How's the writing going? Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for yesterday today?
Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica.
Alright. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, the imagery is much better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think your poems are the most romantic. That's the best way I like to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much of a personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant I wish I didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
You completely misunderstood.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one, anyway.
Okay, kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything going wrong with that. I was just saying, but anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look. Save me the colors they want to start. Squeaking, screeching, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. That one, load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's the way I write. I'm sure you don't like it. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never even really seen before, I guess.
I kinda like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the whole poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's really hard for me to see what it's all about, though.
Sometimes it's like a poem isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game.
She broke the fourth wall. You're creepy, Monica. You're already terrifying to me.
You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading about, right? I have something extra planned for today. Everyone could come sit at the front of the room. About the festival? Well, sort of. I don't really have to do something about for the festival. It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do anything with last-minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you wrote about it already. Listen, y'all, I'll be right back. I need to let my chickens out and make sure their water and stuff is all good. I'll be back in 4 to 5 minutes. I'm back, y'all. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Monica.
Yeah. We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite too. Sayori has been putting up all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up those posters already, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad an idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yori shakes her head in fear.
Guys?
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yori have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah! It's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
That's right. And it's for those reasons that we're all in this club today. Close enough. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yori remained silent. Sayori looked worried. I guess that leaves me with no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
All right.
Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glanced around at everyone else's expectant faces. Oh, sorry. I guess I don't really have a choice.
As everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way.
Monica? This is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see.
Monica flips her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a deep breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
Oh, I'll go next.
Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem's called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just for a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she insinuates with the perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around at her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that she didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Oh, Yuri, that was very good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next in line then.
Sayori steps out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori?
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head.
It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even Russian Vic liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori.
The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that the other poems wouldn't work quite well as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you meant. That's well. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't want to have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Russian Vic. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Russian Vic lower everyone else's standards a little before I have to do it.
Natsuki?
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel very awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not very confident in my writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're representing me.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a deep breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put it on whatever face I want for people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and again practice for the festival, okay? I hate reading. It's so horrible, especially for someone who saves hers. I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already presently surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two. Always going home from together like that. That's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make it such a big deal out of it. It might be a little nice though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Russian fake. You don't have to say it. Well, whatever. Let's go already. I'm walking home with Sayori once more, even though it's been a few days. A lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was kind of thinking about something from earlier. I liked how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yori asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well? Walking home with Sayori, I just thought, that'd make me a heart pound. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe.
but I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know.
Need you. Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation goes off and I'm left feeling awkward. But Lou, it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. But then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Universe. Destiny. Desire. Invaluable. Something. Massacre. Here. Sadness. Cloud. Shame. Entropy. Stale. Contamination. Pride. Flame. Frightening. Inferno.
Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry.
I just walked into. Were you practicing piano again?
Yeah.
You might have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano.
Maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it getting just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day, of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of things for, of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid?
Squid? I'm just gonna read this in my voice because, God. That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people?
I didn't say anything.
I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people?
Because it's right in your name.
Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. I'm just gonna call for now, y'all. Thanks for joining for Doki Doki Literature Club. This has been fun so far and a little unnerving. But yeah, this has been fun. This has been Russian Victor. If you liked it and you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button. Comment down below if you want some more. Subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends. Hit that bell for more new stuff about me, mainly to know when I'm streaming. And yeah, this has been Russian Victor. До свидания.